Homer Defined is the fifth episode of the third season of The Simpsons, directed by Mark Kirkland, and this originally aired in October of 1991. And this is a really interesting episode with regards to Homer's character, because in this one he starts to receive a lot of praise for something that he hasn't done. Not only is it something that he hasn't done, but it's kind of something that he caused. Because he stops the nuclear power plant from having a complete meltdown, but he does it accidentally. He doesn't do it because he has the skills and knowledge to do it, and he actually kind of caused it because he fell asleep on the job and wasn't able to properly monitor the little dial on his table that tells him when things are getting a little bit too hot. And he starts to get all of this praise, and we get Magic Johnson voices the character of Magic Johnson and phones him up and praises him, and his family are proud of him. And the episode is all about whether or not he is going to come clean. I was really surprised that Homer actually pretty much straight away began to feel guilt about, first of all, what he had done, falling asleep on the job and kind of causing this problem, and also the guilt of accepting this false praise and letting people think that he is this kind of hero who has basically saved Springfield. And I kind of would have expected he would have basked in that glory for a little bit, but I was pleasantly surprised that it kind of hit him almost immediately. Was he going to come clean? How would this resolve? I wasn't too sure, at least the first time I watched it. I don't remember being able to fully work out what would happen, but I kind of liked how it resolved itself. I particularly liked the use of the dictionary. If you haven't seen the episode, I won't say any more than that, but I will say the dictionary. Those scenes really amused me and entertained me. We also have a subplot here, which I think is one that a lot of people will be able to relate to. And Bart finds out that Milhouse didn't invite him to his birthday party, and it turns out that Milhouse's mother doesn't want Milhouse to be friends with Bart anymore, because Bart's not a good influence. And obviously Bart's actually really genuinely hurt by this. There's a very sweet moment in the beginning of the episode. It might even be the very first scene where Bart's writing out this genuinely heartfelt, slightly seedy birthday card for Milhouse, and you can see that he values him as a friend. But obviously Bart is a bad influence and a bit of a naughty child. And I think that that's something a lot of people can relate to. A lot of people have that one friend when they're younger who is a bad influence, and if you didn't, that probably was you. I hate to break the news to you, but most people, obviously there will be some exceptions, but most people have that one friend who's not necessarily the best influence, and your parents will probably at one point said, I don't want you hanging around with that child, getting in with the wrong crowd. And I thought that was actually really quite heartfelt and a really sweet message as well. And there's a lovely moment between Marge and Milhouse's mother. And I thought it was a really nice moment for Bart. Of course, in true Simpson style, it doesn't change the character of Bart. He doesn't go through this massive transformation and realise what he is like as an individual. But it was really nice to see that kind of vulnerable side to him, where he did feel hurt. He did feel like his best friend had let him down. Homer Defined is a really fun episode. It does have some important messages in it. It's got a lot of morals in it. A lot more blatantly than a lot of other episodes, but it's still very funny, very entertaining. I really liked the journey Homer went through emotionally. I thought Bart's narrative was really well developed and very well done. It's never going to be my favourite episode. No reason for that. It's just never going to be one of my favourites. But that being said, Homer Defined is still a really great episode and one that's definitely worth watching.